Hello, hello. How's everybody doing?
All right, all
All
right.
right.
All right. It's been a couple weeks, but we're back post Thanksgiving. Were we here after Thanksgiving?
We were here once
We were here
after
once after
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. Okay, I lose track of time. Time is an abstract concept anymore. I have no idea what day it is, what time it is. I just know that I'm here and mostly awake. So anyway, thank you all for coming back and joining us again for another week. Thank you for those of you who continue to support us, not only on Twitch but over on YouTube. We greatly appreciate it. We are going into that holiday season. I would say that the next couple of weeks are going to be very hit and miss, especially because Christmas Day and New Year's Day both fall on Mondays. So likely we're here next week, maybe, and then probably not until after the new year. So in terms of people considering when to catch up with the show, our winter break will probably happen after next week, assuming nothing goes awry next week. But that being said, we are here tonight, and we'll do a little bit of a recap, and we'll kick off into our session. So last week, we spent some time still bouncing around Trostenwald. Norda, under the persuasion and almost sort of responsibility of Neva, cleared you guys of your direct causation to the problems that are plaguing the city.
Hey, we were innocent people. We did nothing.
I'm not saying that you didn't. I'm just saying that for now, Norda has let you be, for multiple reasons, right? She's got her own things going on. She doesn't want to deal with any extra shit that she doesn't have to. Neva put in a good word for you with the Solstice Academy, and that kind of keeps them off of Norda's back. And so there's a lot of things going on there to her benefit. You made your way over to the Mudhole Tavern, where you all, some of you for the first time, I think all of you for the first time, tried Orc Ale. Some of you threw it up, some of you did not, but you spoke to the one-armed guard who is looking to leave town. GTFO. Hey, what's going on? Something. What's going on, Rob? Leave town, get out of Dodge, next ship out. And, you didn't get a whole lot of information from them, but you did find them and identify them. And when we left off last week, as you were considering... Oh, I'm sorry. Thradal, you also have a potential bit of clearance with Demodin too right now. So you're kind of in this hopeful get out of jail free card for you, which was pretty important. And that again was partially due to Neva's interference / good word / bumbling, stumbling moment. But when we last left off, you decided before you left Trostenwald, because you are free more or less to go at this point if that's what you want to do, you would go and look into the disappearance of some children in town, which took you to the northern part of the town, just along the forest's edge, where you found some, unofficial makeshift paths that, led into the trees. And Horkrin, you followed those paths and you came across a fairy ring of mushrooms in the middle of the path. And as you attempted to sneak up and investigate and see what was going on through an unfortunate set of footsteps, you kind of called attention to yourself, but not before you caught a glimpse of, humanoid figure in, a long dark green cloak with, wisps of red hair poking out from beneath the cloak, maybe about 6 feet or so tall, who just, uttered a single line of, "Oh God, I'm not interested," before bamfing out. And as they bamfed away, the mushrooms in the area all wilted, along with some of the other vegetation, and the fairy ring was rendered inert. And where we left off, that's where you were. You had rejoined your group. You had conveyed to them what you had just seen, and you are standing in this forested area towards the northern part of town in this moment. So I will hand the game back over to you. That's where you are, standing in the town. The day has been pressing on. You're well past the midpoint of the day at this point. And, not all of you saw this figure. Horkran obviously did see the figure. Jung, what's going on, my friend? How are you? I hope you and R2 are doing lovely and well. But yeah, so I will hand the game back over to you. And what do you guys want to do?
I am currently sulking like a child because this guy was condescending towards me and then disappeared.
Yeah, Horkran, you took you felt a personal slight by that encounter. Whether or not it was entirely logical or justified is irrelevant. It's how you felt in the moment, and so it certainly shaded your moment and how you conveyed it to the rest of your friends.
That's right, because Squally and you and I are we still linked, like, telepathically?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't go away unless I let it. I think.
I'm sorry. Where are we?
You're still in Trostenwald.
Are we in the woods?
We went to the woods.
Yeah.
You're in the woods, but it's you haven't actually left the perimeter of the city. This is just this wooden area that's technically within the perimeter of the city boundaries.
Yeah.
But it's just not an area that's utilized by anything other than its green space, essentially.
Central Park.
Yeah. Like I had said last time, there are paths that have been worn down in this area, but they're not like official paths. They're not like guided paths. They're more like people use these woods for whatever it is they use them for. It could be something simple as hunting. It could just be someplace to go and get away. And there are those unofficial worn down areas where you could see that, like, the area is utilized. You did see some footprints in addition to this fairy circle. Like, all of that is still there. But you are technically still within Trostenwald.
So I guess no sign of kids or groups of organized mice. I don't know.
Not that I saw. Just that guy.
Do you think he took them with him?
Well, I didn't see any kids.
If they were still mice.
Well, I didn't see any mice either.
But didn't the effects not last that long? And, like, it's been a while?
Yeah, God.
So I don't...
Yeah, we don't really know, I don't think.
And who would want to deal with a group of children?
Somebody somewhere. Not me.
Crazy people. Maybe they're being harvested for parts.
Maybe they're kept in a basement of a pizza parlor.
We didn't see any other blue mushrooms out there, right? Because blue was supposed to be the ones that are potentially transmutative.
Right. So the mushrooms you saw actually represented several different colors that made up the fairy circle. And when the circle itself began to wither, you could still see the colors that the mushrooms were. Everything has just been sort of muted and it's like now desiccated, sort of, withered state. And I will say, Horkran, because I don't think the rest of you actually gone to investigate this fairy circle.
I did.
Right? Oh, you did. Okay. So
because I touched something, and our friend Matthew made a cringe face when I did.
I literally said the phrase, "Let's try not to touch any mushrooms," and then immediately you said, "I touched the dry blue."
Only because they were withering, my friend. Only because of that. And I even said, I'm trying to get you some mushrooms to, like, have a trip with.
Oh, I know what you said.
Yeah.
So
I'm still considering snorting the dust.
What I will say to further clarify that moment is that the mushrooms are the only thing outside of the small patches of vegetation that are immediately around them that are in this withered, desiccated, dying state. The rest of everything around it is still lush and green for this time of year.
And none of the other crazy mushrooms in that lush green area, like
They all wilted.
Not that
right,
you
only
saw.
the wilted ones, right?
Only the wilted ones, and confined to the fairy circle in that moment.
Right.
I would like to try and go, and I have a small dagger. I want to try and dig around the area of one of these mushrooms and see if I can collect it without it falling apart. Like I'm gonna pick up,
Okay.
like I'm unplanting a dead tree.
I would say make a dexterity check for me.
Yeah, Dex sounds fine.
Yeah.
Sleight of hand, maybe.
Yeah.
I guess
Nature.
I interpret nature more as like knowledge based.
Knowing what things do.
Knowing what things do or are.
Okay.
This is more about the skill of.
I
being
agree.
delicate.
It would be a dex check, and I failed it miserably. I got a 5.
Okay, so as you go to try to use your dagger to dig around this thing, I mean it dusts itself, and not only does it dust itself, like it just kind of just crumbles, but it almost sets off a chain reaction of the entire circle. The husk of these mushrooms just almost like those little puffball mushrooms that all kind of just poof. You are immediately like engulfed in a cloud of spores. But seemingly there is no effect on you. What has happened to them has, if they are similar, has rendered them inert.
They've been used up.
Whatever magic what might have been imbued in them is no longer there.
Yeah.
Thradal is yelling from far away, "Don't breathe the mushroom dust."
Still thinks about it for a second and then goes,
Yeah, right. That's my boy.
Whoa!
Banging tea out of this.
Now I just have a deep look of concern on my face.
Nothing happened.
Yeah.
Nothing's happening.
Still, other than a burning sensation in your nose and tears in your eyes.
Oh yeah.
You
It's
know.
strong, but it's not gonna do anything.
Yeah.
Do you feel more chaotic?
No, let me check back in with you in about 35 minutes.
That's
It's about the time.
very
No.
specific.
So-
Yes, it is.
So I just showed up to the circle and the mushrooms were already done, right?
Yes, by the time you got there, they were already done. So
All right.
as soon as Horkran kind of alerted themselves to whomever was standing in that circle and they bamped away, the mushrooms seemingly, lost their potency in that moment. Like whatever magic transported.
No, I know,
that
but I
person-
want to know if I need to talk to Horkran about it. So
No, you would have
Okay.
at least seen that they're done.
no, I know I've seen that they're done, but I wanted to know if I saw when it happened,
Oh,
which I did not.
You did not, no, because Horkran was
Yeah.
the only one. That was
So I got to be
inside.
like, all right. So what exactly
Oh.
happened? Because I like the fact that these mushrooms are kind of inert now, and that might be something that we can use later.
So I came in the clearing, just like I said, just like I planned. And then I saw a guy standing in a circle of mushrooms. And then I stepped on a twig. And he heard me and he was very mean. He said, "Oh no," like I was a pest. And then he disappeared. And that's when he was gone, the whole clearing of mushrooms, they're not exciting mushrooms anymore. They're just dead.
So it seems like he was like in control of them.
Well, they were.
Or maybe they're like a side effect of him just being here.
I think it goes the other way. I think that he used them to do the leaving thing.
Yeah.
That's why they're done.
Did you see what
We
color the
probably just
mushrooms
missed
were?
him.
Bunch of colors.
All the
I'm
colors.
I'm collecting. I've got a little wooden box. It's actually an alms box, but I'm collecting the dust on the ground. That's the different dried colors.
Okay.
Even
I'm
if it's in
just
powdered form, I'm just sort of scraping it in. I'm like, I'll be able to show them, like, yeah, we're all the. If I had glass vials, I would do it in vials.
Yeah.
I'm just really
So
oh go ahead.
you're able to collect it, and some of it is fine enough, or some of it is dusted, but the particles are big enough where like you can identify the base color of what it was. You know what I mean?
And we
Like,
have all 7 colors of the rainbow.
correct.
All right, so I'll show the alms box. There's 8 different colors of powder in there. One of them's white. You can ignore that one. The rest are what I got.
As you're doing that, like as you're showing them off to your group, you all hear suddenly, maybe about, I don't know, less than 100 feet from where you are, a little bit further into the forest, just a group of you just hear like this sudden uproar of laughter and giggling, and it sounds like children laughing. And
See,
as
I
as
was
you're
about to ask for a check.
yeah,
So this
as
is good.
as that's happening, like immediately a bunch of these kids come like running, like from seemingly out of nowhere in the woods towards you, past you, and are moving and laughing, like seemingly unhurt, seemingly normal, just moving past you.
That
Running
answers that
after one of
question.
those little brats.
Hey, were
Fucking
you all
trick.
mice? Were you all like rodents? Like, hey, stop
here.
running.
Yeah, I'm just kind of calling, standing put. Just that, hey, come back here.
Wait,
Definitely not chasing
Always
them.
works on children.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Wait.
Especially ones we don't
World.
know.
Yeah.
Like,
Hey, come back.
One of them stops. One of them stops and looks at you and is like, "I don't know you!" Ah! And just books.
I fucking hate children, man.
Yeah.
Like, ugh.
Can I
Secondly.
follow him?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, good. I'm following that child.
Okay. So Horkran takes off following the pack of children, and in particular the one that was sort of in the back of this group. There was about 6 of them that you saw come through. You see as they get to the edge of the clearing of the trees, they all just sort of scatter down one of the main streets into the center of Trostenwald, back towards where like the general area of like the post office and like the main residential area. Like they kind of just book down one of those side streets.
All right, I'm gonna still follow that one that was towards the back that was kind of close to me.
Okay. Are you like calling out to them at all, or
No.
no? Okay. As you continue to follow, what are the rest of you doing?
yeah, I was gonna say, just for reference, I was just standing there. Is she like gone now? Because she's
Yeah,
back in
yeah,
town, and we're like,
She booked, unless you
Mostly at the
immediately
woods,
followed
yeah.
her when she booked, or when they booked, sorry.
yeah.
They're out of your sight. If you
I'm-
followed immediately, then you could pursue at a distance, but
I mean, I'm gonna follow, but like, I'm not interested in catching children.
Yeah.
And I think that Horkran's gonna be much better at getting them to talk to them because they're a fucking child too.
okay.
So
I definitely would be like slow rolling back. Like, we've
Yeah,
kind of seen the kids are there.
Finish
not in
what
a
I'm
rush.
collecting and follow as well, and just on the way, being like, I don't really think that the fawn is a child. Actually, I think that that's just sort of. I'm pretty sure that's an adult.
yeah, I know, but like,
It's hard to tell at points.
I just like referring to him as a child because they hate it, so it's kind of fun.
That's fair.
Thanks. I got to get my fun where I can.
I'm not gonna be chasing them down. They look like they're just running home.
Horkran,
Yeah, I mean, clearly they're fine.
I mean, they're fine, but maybe they saw something. They were close by. Maybe they talked to whoever the fuck she saw, or something
They
like
were
that.
mice.
Were they in possession of all of their limbs?
But that's the thing is that the rats were like, "What's up, Norda?" So like they obviously had the faculties about them. So maybe the mice had the faculties about them, and we can just ask them what happened.
That's true, but the guy who was a statue didn't remember being a statue.
No, but
I don't think statues are notorious for their memory, though.
for their perception, not really like. Yeah, they're not like statues. Don't see a lot.
I've never
Yeah.
talked to a statue that
You'd
knew it
be
was a
surprised.
statue.
You're right. I could be surprised. I've been surprised a lot today. So, you know.
Did all the children have all their limbs?
make a perception check at disadvantage for me, Gretel.
Excellent. I'm great at this.
And one of them even had a tail.
That would be cool.
Extra
Kind of
limb.
want a tail. I kind of want a tail.
8.
8.
You know, I feel like you think you want a tail, but I'm betting a tail is something that gets in the way a lot.
Maybe, unless it's like a
Not sure.
prehensile tail, and then I can like wrap it around me and stuff, so it's not in the way.
Is this
Ask-
like when a lot of my patrons would talk about getting tail?
Ask Edna Mode.
No.
It's like superheroes in capes. So
I love Edna, though. I
So-
love her. She's
so-
amazing.
So Throttle, even
Edna
with
Mode.
even with an
Oh.
8, the very quick sort of glimpse that you got, everybody seemed to be intact. No one seemed to be in any sort of distress. Like outside of the whole, stranger danger moment, they seemed like they were kind of giggling and having fun. Just
Yeah, but
leaving
kids are
where it
kinda
was they were
dumb.
going. Well, I mean,
Yeah,
that's
but kids also don't really downplay anything. So I'm sure if one of them was a mouse and popped back into being a kid and was missing an arm, they would freak out at it.
I feel like the missing arm is probably the statue thing. I feel like all the transformed.
Those kids seemed fine.
They did seem fine. I
They'll
just
work
want to
it
know.
out in therapy years from now.
Horkran, as you're following this group, eventually you catch a glimpse of the one that was at the back of the pack. And at a secondary glance, you see the other 5 children. They've all stopped at a small cart that is selling sweets. And like, tasty delights, which, I mean, it's a cart that you have seen, right? It's something that has been set up in various parts of the city over the past couple days. You do still have this festival that is still kind of going on, even though the main event is done. This is still a big time of year for Trostenwald. So they've all sort of stopped, and it looks like they're kind of like talking to each other and generally speaking having a good time. They seem, not upset, more excited than anything else.
I got a weird logistics question for you. They all still have their clothes on.
They all were clothed when you saw them run by.
So the transmutation that turned them into mice. Did the little mice have clothes, I wonder? Like little mice clothes? Or did they...
Or maybe the kids just chased mice into the woods, and these kids were not even unclothed, or turned into it at all.
Make an Arcana
Okay.
check for me, Sil.
Sure.
Well, hang on. Would those mice have had clothing? Because
7.
Wasn't-
Means nothing.
Yeah, okay.
wasn't Iju trying to steal some of their clothing anyway?
The other guys, the guards, yeah.
The
That's
other
what made me
soldiers
just
that
think-
turned into mice should have been naked because
Right.
their shit got left behind. There's a lot of wambly, magic-y.
Right, that's why I think maybe the kids just chased mice into the woods.
So Sil,
We're definitely overworking and overthinking this
So,
whole
Sil,
I
thing.
just choose not to think about
Sil,
it too hard.
Sil, I would say that even with a 7, right, and just a general knowledge of magic, right, this is probably something akin to like polymorph, where the
Yeah.
clothes just kind of transform with them and then come back when it's done.
Yeah. I just feel like that's one of those things like you got to clarify magically speaking. It's like little Huey in The Boys when he teleports and he has to go get his clothes again. It's like, oh yeah, I can do this thing, but my clothes don't come with me.
Yeah, like
The reality of it.
you've probably seen people undergo similar magical effects and go back just as a just as part of being in the world that you're in.
Yeah, sure.
So Horkrin, they are stopped at this cart. They're all like seemingly buying a bunch of treats and laughing and giggling and chatting amongst themselves.
These kids get money. They're obviously
What do you want to do?
nobody else in this town has any money. How do these kids have money? What's going on here?
I'm gonna sort of slow down before I approach them,
Okay.
and I'm gonna definitely try and be a child.
Okay. So you kind of like try to like you know what I mean? Like find your inner child, your inner
My inner and outer
peace,
child.
and like you have to put aside some of the saltiness and summon a sense of childlike innocence.
Hey guys, did you guys could just come out of the woods?
You can see like the two of them, the one in the end, and another one just sort of stop and look at you, and they're like, "Wow, are you gonna turn back too? What do you look like when you don't look like that?"
What did you guys turn into?
Like he leans in, the one leans in real close, and he's like, "We were mice. It was great. Nobody saw us."
You were mice? Yeah. How'd you turn into mice? Wait, what color was your mushroom?
I don't. Was it the mushrooms that did it? We gotta go find more of those mushrooms, guys.
No, wait. No, wait for me.
Created a monster.
Fuck, what have I done?
You just told children how they can become mice at will.
You just armed them with information. The worst thing you can give a child.
You just anarchist cookbooked them.
I mean, and it depends on what kind of mushroom they find.
Yeah, they have no fucking clue. They're gonna pick an orange one. And
No, that's what I'm saying.
Thank God I don't know any of this just happened.
It might turn you into a statue.
You
Then your
just
head could
got
fall
6
off.
children killed.
Like one of them, like wait, when you say your head could fall off, like one of them just like screams, and you can see their eyes start to like well up with. I don't want to have my head fall off. I'd like
Did you
being
touch the
mushrooms.
Made a child cry. Okay, I'm good.
Cool. Now make the other ones cry too.
So
We're
very
gonna
quickly,
come up to the group
the
eventually,
rest
won't
of
we?
you, the
Use
rest of you were
intimidate.
following her, right? You're
Yep.
following Horkrin. Sorry,
No, him.
him. I know. I'm sorry.
Him.
The rest of you were following Horkrin, right? So, I would say that like at this point you're not quite caught up to Horkrin, but you can see where he is with the children not too far away. So Horkrin, the one is now crying at the thought of their head falling off. Like a couple of the other ones are just like, yeah, they don't care. They just want to find more of the mushrooms. And it's just like this, like jumbled up, like discombobulated conversation that's taking place.
Wait, did the other kids still keep running away? Like to go find more mushrooms?
No, none of them actually ran away yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just pat this one kid on the back. I'll be like, as long as you don't touch those mushrooms, you won't turn into a statue.
Okay.
And your head can stay on.
Okay.
But we gotta make sure that the rest of them don't touch the mushrooms because They could turn into statues and their heads could fall off. Do you want their heads to fall off?
No.
Maybe a couple.
Given the notoriously quiet, upset child, I imagine I don't have to roll perception to hear that.
No. Like it is apparent that there is a child that is crying.
Threadle will gonna walk over there and sit down and pull out my instrument and kids, you want to hear a song tonight?
Make a performance.
Why
check
are you
for me.
laughing? What happened?
Nothing. No, I just went, hey kids, you want to hear a song tonight? It just made me happy.
Make a
Don't like
performance
free
check for me,
candy.
Threadle.
Performance?
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm gonna touch him on the back before he starts playing. I'm gonna give him guidance.
Okay, so add a
What is-
D4 to your roll.
At a D4. Okay.
It is a D4 at this point.
That would be 22.
Yeah. So like the one that was crying is
Wait,
like,
what?
okay, all right, like sits down and like the sobs become like less pronounced, but you can still see that like fighting back a bit of tears. Some of the other kids are still like seemingly unaffected by the fact that their head fall off. Like they just want to become like they want to see if they can become something else.
What did you do?
You're asking me.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything. I'm trying to make it so they don't touch the mushrooms. How did you guys even turn into mice?
What did...
Well, there were some mushrooms growing back behind the Smith shop, and we were playing back there because that's where he throws out all the old horseshoes that he doesn't want to keep, and we were tossing them around, and we found a small little group of mushrooms growing, and I went over and I kicked one, and the next thing I knew, we were all mice. I mean, it was fun at first.
What color were the mushrooms?
I don't remember.
Were they a bunch of colors?
There were a couple of different ones back there.
Did they all pop?
I don't remember. I just know the horseshoe hit one, and then we were all mice, and then we ran off. We scared some people. It was kind of fun. I ran through some lady's legs, and she screamed and tried hitting me with something, and I just kept on going, and then eventually we all made it to the woods, and we were just playing games, and it was kind of silly, and...
You guys know
Anyway.
that people don't like mice, right? Like, they try to kill mice a lot of the time.
I mean,
Especially if there's cats around.
we didn't pick mice. It just
Yeah,
kind of
well-
happened.
Yeah, but like if you turn into mice again, what if you get caught by a cat?
Maybe we'll turn into cats. Like some of the tears like are suddenly like whisked away at the prospect of like that's an option.
Oh my god.
But you only got turned into mice, and I already saw guys who were turned into mice too. So obviously, you only get to become mice.
And I'm here now, right?
Yeah,
like
you're,
I'm here.
Yeah, you're all catching up at this point.
I'm gonna be like, yeah. And I saw a lady whose hair got turned into snakes.
And we saw a guy whose arm fell off, and that's why your head could fall off.
And I saw a guy freeze into a block completely.
There is a mix of emotions going on amongst these kids, right? And some other people are starting to like listen in on this conversation. Some of the children are horrified. Some of
Good.
them think it's the greatest thing ever. But it is quickly devolving into a scene around you.
Is there a beer cart nearby this snack cart?
Um,
Oh,
I'm done with these kids.
I'm gonna.
So two things. Not that you see with any sort of immediacy, but you do still have orc ale. So...
I have a keg of ale.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just sit down and pour myself a drink. Yeah,
Oh no.
If he vomits, I'm gonna prestidigitate him.
that's all right. I'm used to this whole drinking vomit combo from orc ale. Sil
Yeah.
has lived the poverty life for a long time.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna clean you up. It's fine.
That's fine. I'm just the goal is the drunk state at the end.
So,
I am watching this with a mix of horror and amusement.
so do you think if we go back and play with the mushrooms again, we'll become a cat?
No.
Don't go back
No.
and play with the mushrooms again.
You know,
No.
who knows who these kids belong to? If we're creating a scene, I'm gonna start asking, who do these kids belong to? Any of y'all?
Go home, kids. Just
So-
go home.
And don't touch mushrooms.
The woman at the cart that's selling the sweets, she's like, I mean, they're the Van Brandt kids. Most of them are brats anyway. Maybe if a few of them turned to stone, it wouldn't be the worst thing that ever happened.
Fucking
Throttle.
savage.
Yeah,
Brand?
Throttle. Van Brandt
Right.
is one of the rival wineries
Mhm.
in town. It's one of the other big ones.
He's
Okay.
got 6 kids. He's been busy.
Right?
I was about to say they're all related.
I know. I was
Why
gonna say that
let's
too.
party?
Some of those families are big, man.
Good breeding stock.
I
Um,
don't
Have
like
some
that
workers.
sentence.
Maybe we can
Alright.
turn them into little farkle and then eat them.
You're gonna
Sorry,
eat us?
That's German. That's a baby pig.
Y'all are terrible with children.
I think I just
I
want to
am
go
trying to-
home.
Yes,
Go
do
home,
that.
Lynn.
That's a
Go
good one.
home.
Go.
Exactly that.
It's the best. You know what? And I'm gonna prestidigitate all of them so that they're all clean and pretty. I'm gonna be like, go home.
Every
Get the
time you
fuck outta
see
here.
mushrooms, think about these moments.
Yeah. And actually, do you know what I'm gonna do? Ooh, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be like, and I'm going to do prestidigitation that just like cast some sparks above all of them. And I'll be like, and now I'm gonna know if you touch a mushroom, and I'm gonna talk to your parents about it.
No, no,
Yeah.
no, don't tell
See
Dad.
that?
And they all just
I mean-
take off.
As
That's
they're
up to
running away,
you.
she very specifically meant like the colored like still eat your vegetables, kids. Like
Don't touch mushrooms.
Vegetables have no nutritional value.
that is
Okay.
completely false.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
what I eat. That's all I eat. How would I have grown up if I didn't eat my vegetables?
No, I think she's right. I heard a traveling meat vendor tell me that once.
Yeah, he was trying to sell you something.
Yeah, I got a bridge in Arizona to sell you.
So these 6 children, like in that moment, book away, treats in hand, just clearing the street, running, willy nilly, but heading in a very specific direction, all together.
And I
Maybe-
imagine that they're heading towards where I know the Van Brants
wait.
live.
Yeah.
So like,
And
If
I
they-
will say the Van Brandt winery is actually not that far from where you entered the woods. It's up
Let's-
towards the northern part of the town.
Go to the blacksmith.
see,
Did
I was
anybody
thinking.
ask the kids if they saw the guy in the woods with the mushrooms?
No, I was too
All
busy
they
trying
said-
to get them to stop crying.
Okay.
I thought I
They-
trusted the fake child to do it.
They
You
said
had one
they were
job.
playing behind the Smith's place, and they were throwing horseshoes, and they threw a horseshoe at a mushroom, and then they turned into mice, and then they ran around and played games, and some lady almost killed one of them because he ran up near her.
What if we follow them and be like, hey, we sent your kids home. They'll tell you that we did. And then be like, can we talk to them about maybe what happened to them? Or be like, give us some money because we found your fucking kids.
We try for information.
Or
I
why
think,
did
look, first off, we don't have any kids to deliver them, so bartering the kids that they already have for money seems like a dead end. Second, kids are fucking dumb. Third, I don't see a point in talking to their parents to try and get permission to talk with them. That just makes it sound like creepers. Why don't we go to the blacksmith's place and see if there are any mushrooms left where they found the one that they fucked?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, just so I know, do these people suck? Big guy?
Do they suck?
They are
God?
less. They are less. They are less reprehensible than Demodin.
Not a
That
high
doesn't
bar.
mean they're great, because that's a broad,
So, all right.
They're
spectrum.
rich. That means
I mean,
they're
So, right. So
they
to put
own
it
a
in
big
perspective,
business.
right?
What do you think?
To put it in perspective, this town is unofficially sort of ruled by these three major families, right? They are one of the three families. They wield an incredible amount of power that is entirely based upon their wealth. So, you know, they're not the nicest of the nice. They might not take someone in as their indentured servant, but they're not exactly the altruistic type. They protect their pockets quite,
All right. I'm kind of into going to the blacksmith because we can go find those kids anytime we want. Like,
I
we
mean,
know where they
we're pretty
belong now.
free. We can do whatever we want at this point, whenever we want. We can leave. We can stay.
Yeah. I mean, you're kind of free.
Yeah, I don't think there's
what
anything.
exactly are we trying to accomplish?
I want to find out who the fuck that guy was at the thing because that's why I think we're in trouble anyway.
I mean, that might be a lead for later too.
At least, well,
we
I'm
might
in trouble.
end up having to leave.
Last I checked, we weren't in trouble.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
I mean,
we
look,
can
but they
leave,
were the
we can
ones.
go.
That was the dude that got me in trouble in the first place. So, like, I want to know why the fuck I'm here. I would also like to go home, and I feel like that's a key to all of this. I mean, guys, y'all are great. Especially you, and I point at you. You just tickle me. I love you. But I kind of don't want to stay here. It's a little not cool.
It's not the Fey realms.
It's
But it
not the
is
Fey
fun.
realms. And if I get to go home, I can bring you all to the carnival. You can come hang out with me for a little bit, and then we'll figure out how to get you home.
Do you think the mystery mushroom man is only here, or do you think he's also at the other towns being terrorized by the
Yeah, I mean, he
mushrooms?
could be at Allfield. They could be wherever. They could have circles up there too.
I mean, you
Yeah.
said he bamfed, right?
I mean, here's the deal. From the information that we can put together so far, we heard from those three little shits at the very start of this whole cluster that they were making mischief to make, and I quote, Master
Mr. Happy.
right? Like, Master will be so pleased. This guy sounds like he's targeted the area around us to just cause mischief. Like, none of this stuff is really that dangerous, right?
That
Yeah,
ice
I mean,
one's
we
kinda
just happen to
sucked.
be here. Like, the
Didn't
handful
you
of us.
get your
Yeah, but-
shins deleted?
I mean, I got kicked real hard, but
By a pair
Like-
of boots.
they're just fuck around, right? Like, they're just causing chaos. If this guy's feeding off of that somehow, then that's a larger problem, I guess. But
What's that guy with the fairy circle?
yeah, this is the person I'm talking about, who is clearly master to some group of a-holes.
But why bother just causing mischief?
I mean, gods get into some weird stuff when
Yeah, I
nobody's
mean,
looking, right? Like,
look
the
at my
whole
guy.
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
The
You
whole
think
thing
he's a
with
god?
deities. Well, the whole
Yeah,
thing
that's
with
it.
deities and godhood and magical powers and all this stuff is you feed off of the thing that does it for you, right? So it's like,
That explains why Zeus has so many kids.
right. I mean, and they get their power from people believing in him. So if that's the way that works, then this guy's somehow linked to mischief, and like making more mischief gives him more power. It's just a catalyst thing. These are vicious cycles, really. Listen, all of these deities, all of these gods, they're are
Yeah.
real twisted up here. They're not okay. It's a big ego trip for all of them.
So what you're saying is you want to kill a god?
What?
I
It's
don't
a
remember
god.
saying anything about killing anybody. Whoa.
What?
hold on.
Wait. I'm sorry. I missed something. When did we start talking about gods? There's like a guy in a fucking cloak. Like, gods?
No,
Well,
well,
He's got a circle.
no. I'm exaggerating to godhood the whole point of all, which is assholes love an audience. Period.
I mean, that's true. That's true.
I keep mine covered by my tail.
Your audience or your god?
I think they meant
Yes.
asshole. Let's move on.
3 excellent answers.
All right, so you guys have a couple of options. You can go to the blacksmith. You could go to the blacksmith. You could go up to the Van Brandt family. You could bounce out of town and go to Allfield. You can go track down Neva. Like you've got choices.
What time is it right now?
Look, I really-
You are approaching. You're approaching early evening, like maybe an hour. You know.
We are completely ineffectual.
We are
Yeah.
horrible.
We
Going nowhere.
saved those children's lives.
It's gonna be like
Don't-
June, and
We
we're
did
gonna
not
be the first
save
time.
those children's lives. We did nothing, and they ran past us in the woods.
They might have run into the Mushroom Man. They
This
might have run into the Mushroom Man that Horkrin scared off.
Your ambivalence is your strength. So-
Like, this is my first character where I don't feel like I gotta like be like, hey guys, let's do this. Nothing's happening.
So
We are.
just as a point, right?
Hey,
Technically,
we have
technically all of you are on some sort of like time off on good behavior release,
So we gotta do something.
loosely under Neva, right? Under Neva's guidance. Like he kind of got you out of trouble, you know, under the guise that you were going to help investigate whatever it is was going on. So just keep that in the back of your mind. I'm not saying you have to do that. I'm just saying that that's kind of where you are in terms of any semblance of responsibility you might have, aside from the personal stuff that you have going on.
This is just a shot in the
And
dark,
Neva.
right? Like we can go get Neva, we can go meet up with him. I'm all for that. This is just a shot in the dark. Seems like there's some asshole out there that's somehow feeding off of whatever the results of this chaos are. Right? It's just fuck things up and then sit back and vampire in the chaos, right?
Why?
Why not? If that's how
Alright.
you get fed, then fucking go for it, right? I mean,
Oh, I
that's
thought you were I thought I misheard you. I thought you were saying we should do that.
no, that's what's happening here. This person or thing or whatever it is
Well,
that's
then let's
behind all
not
this.
feed it.
Huh?
Then let's not feed it.
I'm so confused right now.
You
And,
said
um,
it feeds on mischief.
I'm using the term feed in a very loose sense, you know?
Like, just imagine you're somewhere and someone's like heckling you and shit, and somebody says, "Don't feed the trolls." Like, I think that's what he's getting at. Like, it's
Yeah,
a
and I'm
thing, so
saying
let's
don't-
not.
Somebody's getting their shits and giggles over screwing everybody else's day up.
My day's been pretty screwed up, man.
Yeah.
See me? I'm this tall.
Hey, Sil. Any decision you make, I'm there. We're good.
I'm going to the blacksmith, and I'm just going to turn around and start
Oh,
walking to the
shit!
blacksmith.
I'm following him. Fuck that.
At this point in time,
I'm always
Quickly-
down
at this
for
point in
whatever
time,
EG wants to do.
the crowd that
Hey,
has
hey.
formed around you with the children crying have sort of began to dissipate and like go back to whatever it was they were doing.
How
Hey,
quickly
hey,
her loyalties
hey,
change.
Hey, Squally. Squally? Am I pronouncing it
Squally.
correctly?
Squilly.
Look, I'm all down to help you get home. I know that you're not from around here, and all that. I ain't got nothing better to do at the moment anyway. So I think the way that we get you back is probably similar to the way you got here. And so yeah, I would say we saw somebody else use a circle of mushrooms. We could try and collect mushrooms and do it that way, or we could find the person and
Well, right
thing,
now,
do
I
it
want to
that
follow.
way.
I want to follow a little zombie friend, and
What is that thing anyway?
I don't know, but he's fascinating. I love him.
Isn't it?
He's
It's
a
like
zombie.
it's
You
like
gotta
a
wait for his big
marionette with
brain.
no strings. It's super weird.
I love
Defies
it.
all expectations.
And
He was
logic.
given birth to by a man. Of course, it defies all expectation.
What did you just say?
You keep saying it that way, and I'm not exactly sure that's how that.
You
know
make
what?
a
Forget
lot
about
of
it.
declarative.
Go right ahead believing that.
You
We're
make
just
a
gonna
lot of
said it first.
declarative statements. You
He
make a
was
lot
put
of
here by a
declarative
man.
statements.
I think we
Said
need
it
to have a
first.
discussion one of these days in private.
I already know how babies are made. I think I got like 3 somewhere.
What? That's interesting.
That was an info dump, right?
Are you
I'm
guys,
gone.
Are you
I'm
guys
gone.
walking at this point?
I'm
I
following
bet
you.
I am. Since I said it, I'm out.
So, Iju, you
Yeah.
start to make your way north, like northeast of where you're going. Squally, you're following him. The rest of you, are you following along as well?
Yeah. I figured this conversation was happening while we were.
Yeah. Okay. So, eventually, after walking through the streets for not very long, 5 minutes or less, you come across Jackalware Smiths, which is it's like part general store, part blacksmith shop.
What did you call it?
Jackalware?
Okay.
Jackleware.
So it's like a jackalope. It's a mix of two things.
It's a mix between two things, right? And again, in a city this, or in a town city this small, it wouldn't be unheard of for businesses to merge, right? So like as you approach, you could see that one side has general goods, dried goods, sort of farming supplies and that kind of stuff. And then directly attached to it is a smith shop. And it's a small smith shop. You could smell the ever-present scent of like burning wood and coal from the furnace inside. You could see the chimney rise with smoke coming out of it. It's a small building, but
is it
looks
like an
kinda like a barn.
outdoor thing? Like,
so the part of it that is a shop looks like a barn.
Okay.
But like a small version of a barn, almost like like an extra large shed, I would say. But directly attached to that, off to the side, and when I say attached, I'm talking about like there is an awning that is attached to the side of it and kind of makes an L shape. Directly in the center is this large brick furnace with a with a chimney spout that goes directly up, and you could see an anvil, you could see metalworking tools and blacksmithing tools, you could see piles of coal. Yeah, it's
is this smith outside? Do I see anybody out there?
You do. You see an older woman, probably like I would say early 60s, but jacked. Her the muscles on her arms are very well defined, and her she doesn't have like an ounce of fat on her, and you could tell that like she could swing a hammer if she had to. And you could see her actually working, muttering under her breath and like just hammering away at a piece of metal on an anvil not far from where the furnace is.
I'm gonna walk up to her, and I'm gonna literally ask, "Are you the smith?" Even though it's really obvious.
Yeah.
But...
she just stops. She looks at you and she's like, "Nothing gets past you, huh?" All right then. It just goes back to just wailing on the and like muttering something like mother goddamn these kids and
I'm just
can't
gonna hold up
believe
my
all the
one hand
what they
and
put
just
me
literally,
through and-
while she's doing that, just be like, "Hi." Just
Can I help you with something?
where are your old shoes?
For horses? Or for whatever you are?
I don't know. The kids said they go where your old shoes are.
Ugh. You know those kids? You watching those kids? They were in your care and custody?
I'm
They
not
just
from
ran out of
behind.
the woods. We chased them down.
Yeah. Well, if they ran out of the woods, they ran from here first.
So where are the shoes?
She's like, well, I assume you're talking about our horseshoes. I've got some scraps out back. I mean, if that's what you're in the market for, you know, less than perfect, slightly irregular horseshoes, I guess I can sell them to you at a discount.
Bye. And then I'm gonna turn around and walk to the back.
I
Or
love
start walking that way unless she stops me or something.
She just looks at you and she's like, I expect you to pay for whatever it is you're taking.
Okay. And again, I just wave like one hand. Just
I'm like not far behind, right?
There.
No, yeah, you're all there.
We're there.
Well,
I
I-
just look at this lady and I'm like, don't worry, I made one of them cry. I just follow after Iju.
She's like, she's hammering away and she stops like mid swing and she's like, I'll consider giving you a discount. Ting,
Thank
ting,
you.
ting.
I want to take you up on that discount there.
My
I'm sorry,
intrusive
what's your
thought.
name?
Harper,
Harper. I'd like to take you up on that discount, Harper. It's probably a pretty easy one. I would like to buy a crowbar.
I got one of those lying around. Hold on. Let me just make sure it's still a crowbar. And you see she like kind of walks back behind the furnace into another small little almost like outhouse looking building. And you hear some like clanking and mumbling. And she comes back out a few moments later with a decent sized crowbar.
Yeah,
It's like,
what else would it be if it wasn't a crowbar?
that's a good question.
well, this one was a loaf of bread a couple hours ago, so no guarantees, I guess.
Excuse me?
I wish I was making it up.
How
But
was a crowbar a loaf of bread?
Hopper,
How did a bunch of
Yeah.
kids turn into mice and run away? I don't
Wait,
know.
it affects inanimate objects too?
I don't know what it is, but half the things in this workshop were not what they were supposed to be.
Wow.
lots of mushrooms though, I bet.
There's been some growing out back for the past week or two, but I haven't paid it much mind. I don't go back there other than to toss my scraps usually.
Growing back there for a week or two.
Any particular colors or like lots of colors?
I mean, unique for sure. Prettier than usual. You can go back there and look, I guess. I think your friend, was that your friend?
He was something.
I think they went
Pretty
back there
vague.
already.
Yeah, let's just use that term.
Well, like associate, I think.
I expect you to pay for whatever it is you take.
He's my
Alright.
favorite thing.
Yeah, how much for the crowbar?
I love him.
I mean, give me 2 silver. We'll call it a day.
Sure. Look, here's some gold, and we'll just keep whatever he picks up in the back. Is that cool?
She takes the gold and she bites into it. She's like, half expected it to be chocolate. Stuffs it into a pouch hanging off of her belt. She's like, sure, anything you want back there. It's all scrap anyway.
And if you
Great.
expected that to be chocolate, you must deal with children a little too much for your liking.
More than I'd like to admit.
All right, I'm gonna start walking back there, and I'll be like, Harper, you're a real one. And I'm gonna wink at her.
She looks at you and she's like, "Okay."
All right,
She just goes back to working.
I'm gonna be slightly offended,
Yeah,
but that's okay.
yeah. Like she's just not interested in anything right now.
Yep.
You all head back behind the building.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go see
Yeah.
what he
So
discovered.
you head back behind where she has this furnished off area. There's a small wall. It's probably only about 4.5 feet tall. It's like, loose river stone that has been made into this sort of makeshift wall. But back there are patches of, overgrown grass. Most of it is brown or browning at this point in time as you head into the fall. You could see literally just strewn about, like, there are bits of like iron slag, and there are horseshoes that are misshapen. Some of them are a little too big or too small, bent and crooked. You could see some tools that have broken handles. I mean, it kind of looks like a junkyard, just filled with whatever she tosses back there. But growing interspersed in maybe 2 or 3 spots, you see these small clusters of colored mushrooms. Couple of blues, couple of oranges, one red, and there are 1 or 2 that look like they've been flattened. You can still see some semblance of color to them, but they've been flattened, and there's a pile of misshapen horseshoes like laying on and around them.
All right, before I even go too close to everything, I'm gonna put something across my face, like fabric or something.
Okay.
I'm just kind of standing in the middle if they come up to them. Like, I'm not touching them. I'm just kind of looking at them.
Iju, you were there first. So you
Yeah.
have I'll even give you, you have a brief moment before they join you if there was something you wanted to do while you were there by yourself.
No, I just want to look at them. Like, I'm just gonna
Okay.
kind of stand, but in the middle of them.
Yeah. So
Careful not to touch them, but
yeah, they are growing. It looks like they're growing randomly, but they are in like these small little clusters of 2 or 3 varying sizes too. Like there's a couple that are pretty small, like no bigger than a golf ball, and then there are some that are as big as a softball.
okay. So yeah, I'm not doing anything fancy. I'm not like, on hands and knees looking at them or anything, just kind of looking around at the patterns, seeing if anything comes to mind about the pattern, and looking at the colors. Like, I would want to see, are all the colors that we've seen there? Are they only blue? Is it only red?
Yeah, blues and orange, and a single red.
Okay.
And the rest of you have now met up with. You're back there now too after your brief conversation with Iju, after buying your crowbar and everything else. I will say that you could see where clearly some of those horseshoes landed in one of these small clusters, and disrupted them, damaged them, which kind of lines up with what the kids told you, right? They were throwing them around back there, and one of them hit a mushroom, and the next thing you know, mice. So
Because do they look bigger than the ones that we came across?
they're not as big as the ones that were growing outside of Norda's, the quartermaster's place. Not
Okay.
like, not like 5-6 feet tall. These are all, again, I would say that you've seen this size before. Again, varying in size from the size of a golf ball.
In a
to
lot
the
of
size
sizes.
Ew. From the size of a golf ball to the size of a mushroom.
All right. All right.
They're different from any of the ones that you would have seen growing on the sides of buildings, insofar as these actually look like they have full, proper stems, as opposed to the ones that you had seen on the side of 1 or 2 of the buildings. You could almost just see what looked like the caps kind of like growing out of the wood.
Okay. All right. So, more mushrooms.
and not really a good way to like collect them.
Yeah, no. Oh no. We could like throw something on him again to like stop anything, but it could also, now we know, change whatever we throw onto it something to something else.
Yeah.
Do we think
Water
that they affect people just by touch, or do you think you have to breathe it?
I think you have to breathe it, like because they
So
all go.
throw water on it.
That doesn't make any
Oh.
sense. A crowbar can't breathe.
I don't breathe.
I breathe.
Yes, we know.
We should throw water on him first. Wet him down.
What if the water gets turned into something weird, though?
Well, then I guess we'll find out real fast that it's a bad idea.
What?
Because then they can't go poof. If they're wet, they just kind of go poof.
Huh?
It's not powdery if it's wet.
That.
God nodded.
It's
Okay.
like actually like.
I mean, it's a good line of
some
reasoning.
logic.
You know, there's logic built into that.
There's a logic
I got
there.
16 intelligence.
Yeah, I'm not as smart as I usually am this campaign, so
I may be 8 years old or appear to be 8 years old, but I got 16 intelligence.
That's not the worst idea I've heard, guys.
That is one of the worst ideas I've heard.
Hey,
wait,
no,
even
I've
better.
heard much.
No,
I
I got
mean,
a better idea. We could wet down some cloths and then hit the cloths that they're under. Like put the wet cloths on top of the mushrooms, pop the mushrooms under the cloths.
I think the point is to not pop the mushroom at all.
Or
Well, you are just a fount of ideas, aren't you?
you're just like going. I love it.
Harper comes back at this point.
I love that it's yes-anding.
And
Just
she's-
yes and.
She's
Yep.
just like, anything good back here? Don't need to worry.
do you have any cloths that we can use to wet down? Kind of naked.
You're naked?
I'm furry.
She
Which
walks
means
away.
I am
She
naked.
turns around, makes an about face, and walks away.
I mean, I'm sure she has some like things we can put stuff in. Like, what if we like had like
I've got a-
glasses?
Backpack and a blanket. I mean,
Can we try to throw one like into the woods?
Do you
See
really
if it
want your
breaks
own
against a
stuff?
tree or something?
huh? Guys. Triggering these things is not the goal. Like, science requires collection and study, not
Didn't Eva
randomly
already do that though?
blowing shit
Science
up.
also includes experimentation.
You did suck at it too, though.
Yeah, but
that's
he's
why we're not going to touch them. We're going to cover it in a wet cloth, and then we're going to put stuff on it to make it pop. But we're going to throw the stuff that we put on it because we don't want to be close to it.
why do you
Neva.
want to make it pop?
We don't want it to pop.
Yeah,
I don't want it to pop.
What's your logic on that?
To get rid of it.
We're not trying to get rid of it. We're trying to figure out how to totally get rid of it. Like, just you getting rid of a couple of mushrooms is not going to take care of the entire problem. It's going to take care of back here, but not like everywhere. We have to
But if
figure out
it-
how to make. We have to figure out how to make them go en masse.
Yeah.
But if
or,
it works,
I mean, I
could
would
tell
really like
people-
to have one. You know, like it wouldn't be bad to be able to like reach into my pocket, throw a mushroom at an asshole, and turn him into a rock.
I'm gonna bend down and pick up the one red one while they're
Oh,
talking. So,
Okay.
I mean, so
Done.
gingerly, like I'm not gonna just pick it up and scrunch
Oh
it.
my
Reroll
god.
the
So
character.
make
Roll the
no,
character.
he just has to be rebirthed.
make a dexterity check for me.
Oh God.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. You see, in the midst of your conversation and arguing, Iju walks over, bends down, and goes to pick up one of the red ones.
I mean, this is why I like him.
I'm doing like a two-hand scoop. Like
Yeah.
I'm not just gonna.
You
Aggressively,
managed to
you know, yeah.
you managed to come at it from like an angle.
Yeah. That's what I would try to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and scoop it up. You have in your hand right now this mushroom on what is probably like a 7 or 8 inch stalk with a cap the size of maybe about a baseball. It is speckled with red dots and a mound of dirt, a small mound of dirt underneath it. And you're just holding it in your hands, I assume gingerly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
I'd hope it's ginger.
turn around and be like, "You want to put this in your backpack?"
He's finding out how far away I can be from him while being in eyesight.
Wow, you just did that. You know what? Carry it. You should just hold on to that and
I
carry it.
mean,
But what if he walks into somebody, or what if somebody runs into him?
he could trip. He has these little legs and it goes so fast.
I mean, did you see? I haven't seen him trip yet. He's been pretty great about.
Oh God, no!
He's like a little Bonnie Rubble.
He's got lots of practice taking steps.
But yeah. So we should really carry that to a place where we can put it in something.
Harper comes back now with a pile of blankets in her hand, and she's just like, just gonna leave these here.
I'm gonna hold it towards her and say, "Do we have to pay for this?"
No, you can have
Probably
that.
not until you said
Oh,
something.
thank you. You said whatever we.
That one's I guess if it grows, it's yours.
On the house.
Thank you.
If it grows,
I don't know. We need to figure out what. God, this is gonna be a hell.
I
of
mean,
a-
we should take this to
experiment.
Allfield. This is a
Yeah.
perfectly intact mushroom.
Yeah, we need to figure out
We need to
container
encase it.
system. Yeah, something
But
that
she's-
it won't transmute. Like if we put it in a bag, maybe it transmutes the bag. Maybe it needs to be leather. Maybe it needs to be metal. I don't know.
Is it a red one? Picked up a red one?
It's a red one.
Okay, and that was not what we think might be the transmutation, right? No.
This
No,
is
that
the
one might be
elemental
elemental.
one. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
worried that the fucking red one will set him on fire.
So wait, look, we're at a blacksmith, which probably has something somewhere that we can put it in, or Hopper might know where we can get something to put it in. Because I have nothing good.
yeah, I don't trust his hands for that long.
Yeah, no,
All
it's
feels just far enough away.
um.
He could trip. Somebody
I
could
thought
walk
we were
into
gonna
him.
put it in the backpack.
I'm gonna go talk to Hopper.
Put it in a wet cloth for now, just in case. That way, you won't. light
No,
on
because
fire.
that's gonna trigger it.
You don't know that.
I do know that. I know that. I
Oh,
swear to God, because everybody else has
I
touched these
couldn't
things.
do it. I
No,
do it with ones that are on the ground.
don't fucking touch that mushroom while he's holding it.
Not the one he's holding. The ones that are on the ground.
Fine, go
I'm just
ahead.
gonna
As long
put
as long as we have
cloth
one.
on top of it.
Keep yapping, and I'm gonna go find Hopper.
Okay.
I'm
Squally-
gonna walk over with Squally towards Harper. Just
All right, so
holding this
Squally
thing in
needs
my
you
hands.
guys. You walk back around front towards Harper. She is at this point just cleaning some stuff up. She's putting some stuff away. She looks over at you and she's like, "I said you can have it."
Is there anything that you have that we could maybe buy off you that we could put it in?
You see her kind of eyeball it, and she's like, "I got a few small boxes.
Like, what are they made out of?
Steel.
Steel,
They're heavy, durable. People usually put their valuables in them, but
like safes,
yeah."
not
Wait,
easily.
What was Nevin keeping his mushrooms in?
Neva?
Well,
Neva.
Neva had only taken that one from
His
you and made it up to the
lungs.
room before he turned himself into a piggy nose.
That's right.
So you don't know how he intended to store them.
But
because-
then we got him one in an orb that he made, right?
yeah, he tried to
Yeah.
put one. He tried to put like a protective magic field around one of them.
Which we promptly left behind.
I don't care.
Yeah, well, he encased
Um,
right. He encased it and left it there. So
Yeah.
she's like, I've got something like this, and you see, she's got. It's. I mean, it's. It's a small metal box. The mushroom would fit in it. It's got a lid. That is on a very basic hinge system. It doesn't
How
have a
heavy
lock
is
or
it?
anything like a safe would be. It's more like just a storage sort of box.
Is
But
it heavy?
I mean, it's going to be pretty heavy. Yeah, it's going to weigh probably 15 or 20 pounds. But
We could take turns carrying it.
Big guy is strong.
I mean, are we sure? He's
No.
he plays an instrument. I mean, it's not like he's like doing curls or anything.
I was not renowned for strength among my people.
well, as you discuss it
You don't
amongst
have a
yourselves, it's 5
tank.
silver if you want it.
Did I
What?
see him give her the gold, by the way?
Yeah, I paid.
Yeah.
Did I
Uh-huh.
see him do that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, I thought we gave you gold. Like I don't think we're taking anything from the back.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, sure.
All right.
She goes,
Excellent.
She goes back to what she's doing.
Trying to
Uh,
get some more money out of us.
So like,
Just
she
a
got
business
no
woman.
put. I'll look at
People live and
Iju and be
die
like,
off of their trades. Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, I can understand.
She's a businesswoman. If she sees an opportunity, she's going to try to take it.
yeah, I'm
Yeah,
just gonna
oh,
look at
oh.
Iju and be like, oh, she has no personality whatsoever.
None. Do you believe that?
I've never met anybody with less personality.
Amen.
Yeah. Um.
So you want me to put this in this box?
Yeah, let's try. Be very, very careful because I don't want it to like trigger and then suddenly it's like a fire, like elemental-ish. And, like I have a heated box in my hands. I wonder if there's any like, can we put leaves in there to kind of surround it and protect it from the, like
You
bubble
want to
wrap?
put more mushrooms in there? I
No.
also collect
Wait.
more.
No.
Let's put a layer of the dirt from this ground. Like
Yeah,
layer- let's replant the repotting it. We're repotting.
it's like bubble wrap,
Yeah.
just dirty.
It's easy enough to find. It's easy enough to find dirt, ash, just foliage in general. Dried out grass, hay. I mean, there's a lot here. So
Be careful, guys.
Yeah, let's just.
If it's too damp inside that box, you'll grow more mushrooms.
I came out of this dirt. Let's take some more of that dirt, put it in there, like repotting a plant. Seriously.
I love the fact that he just told us to be careful. It's great.
You're gonna end up with more mushrooms inside the box. That's how mushrooms work.
what's in the box?
Mushrooms.
So all right. So you're gathering up dirt to put inside of the box. You put the mushroom.
I will gingerly try to put it in the box. Like
Make-
put my two hands there,
Yep.
set it down, like slowly
Make another
move my
dex
hands
check
up.
for me.
Oh god,
12?
I'm gonna die.
12. Okay.
Uh-oh.
So
Oh no.
I have something over my face.
So you go to place the mushroom inside of the box, and you succeed in getting it in the box, but you jostle it just a little bit, just enough, and the entire mushroom itself. Most of the mushroom seems okay, but as you're placing it in, you do see just the slightest bit of like a little spore cloud. The box suddenly gets real hot, real quick, but it only lasts a couple of seconds, like enough for you to seriously think about like tossing it.
Right. Okay.
And when it kind of settles down, you could see that part of the mushroom is now like burnt and withered, and part of it is still seemingly intact.
We're about to spread mushrooms across the countryside.
Okay, so it's in the box now.
It's in the box now.
Box
And you
is
can
hot.
seal it. I mean, the lid,
Yeah.
just kind of drops down or lowers down.
definitely gonna have lots of mushrooms in this box.
Who's gonna carry this?
I don't think it'll make more.
But that's
We
how
gotta-
mushrooms work.
Yeah, but these are not normal mushrooms.
I think if we're gonna go long distances, we
Hey,
should take
thanks,
turns.
Something
I can't
I am-
carry a box that big.
I'm just gonna tell you right now, Callan is strong. Scully is not.
I got a 13.
I'm not that strong either.
You just bought an a box from a blacksmith that she's like, yeah, people put their valuables in this thing. It's not flimsy, it's not meant to be light, it's probably not meant to be overtly mobile for all of the time.
Well, listen, we're not gonna walk, right? We already said we're not walking to off-field, so maybe we put it on the cart or the ship or the however we're getting there.
It's a 3-day walk on foot. You could
Yeah.
probably drop it down to about 2 on horseback.
Nah, we need a horse and a cart.
Yeah. So all we really need to do is get it back now.
Sorry, we're doing the horses thing again.
Yeah, I
Please
mean, it
don't.
is what it is. Hey, look, just because you killed them all last time doesn't mean you have to kill them all this
Hey.
time.
You always rent a horse and a cart and then just never return.
That's
There's
Right.
no return.
Ever.
You
It just
lead it-
lands wherever you stop. That's where you leave it.
You leave them outside of Balrog's cave.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it's
cheaper
like
to
those-
rent than it is to buy, and if it never comes back, that's a
And if
problem.
there's a zombie dinosaur around, then it doesn't matter.
Hey,
And
They're
the
like those
dinosaur around,
U-Hauls that you
I'm
can-
gonna die.
All right.
I mean, come on, that's never happened 3 times, right? Like,
You know, if I had a nickel for every time that happened, it'd be really weird. That happened. Okay, so
Best time I saw it.
Yeah. All right.
They're like those U-Hauls you can drop off at a
So
different location,
mushrooms
right?
in the box, lid in the box is closed. You've
if
got
that's
the
what you need to
box.
believe to feel okay, then
Yeah.
yeah.
You've got the box. What's next? What are you guys doing?
Me not touching the box is what's next.
Fair enough.
We're gonna need you to
I
carry
don't
that.
want. I don't want nothing to do with that box.
No, we're really gonna need you to carry that box.
It
Yeah, we're gonna
basically
take turns.
it basically lit itself on fire not 10 seconds ago.
Yeah, but that's not gonna happen again.
Look, if it-
I
while you're
if it-
carrying.
Sure, man.
Yeah. Just be careful.
Oh, you're carrying.
You don't regularly drop or break things, right?
I'm gonna need you to stick that box way up there, Morty.
look, man, we're trying to get you out of here, and this might be a way to do it. I think you should be like, let me carry a fucking box.
The box might turn me into not a people anymore.
We already know
Nah.
it's temporary.
Yeah, no,
Do you
you'll be
guys want to
fine.
go ask the kids if they'll carry it for us?
Harper
I would definitely
No.
carry
Harper
it.
looks
Child
over
labor.
at you guys and she's like, I know you were
And
very
being-
generous earlier, but I mean, I've got a small cart you can take off of me. Unfortunately, your gold isn't going to cover it, but
How much is it?
You'll have
How
to-
much is gonna cover it, Harper? And I'm gonna like look at her like this.
throw in another 10 silver and we'll call it a day.
How much to rent it?
Not something I normally sell, but I'm willing to part.
How
for
much?
it 'cause
How much if we rent it and bring it back?
Rent it and bring it back.
Did she hear the conversation we were just having?
Rent it and bring it back. It's yeah. Give me 5 silver.
Done.
But if you don't bring it back, I probably might hunt you down for the other 5. Just saying.
I mean,
Oh, no.
we're good for it.
Fair.
You're so
That's-
strong.
You'd
Can
hunt
you carry
someone
the
down
box for us?
5.
We just need to get it back by the post office.
Listen. I know Norda very well. I supply some of her supplies. So
All right, here's a goal.
Consider it a favor to her.
Let's just buy the fucking cart. Here's a goal.
Is there anything we need to? They said it was a general store. Is there
It's like-
anything else we need to look up while we're
for
here?
a gold,
Do we have
for a gold, you could
horse for the
throw some
cart?
other stuff in there. What do you need? You want some of those blankets you had me bring out?
Yeah, let's get some blankets, some rope. You got 50 feet of rope?
Rope's easy. You want hemp or what do you want?
Yeah, hemp. Great.
We can do hemp.
We love hemp.
You got a 10-foot pole?
What?
What?
We are not playing
It's
a
like-
game.
Hold on. Check this out. She goes and she's got this she brings out this what looks like a bundle of 2-foot long rods, and she like stretches them out and they interlock
That's brilliant.
to create a 10-foot pole. And you could tell that running through the center of it, she's got some sort of like strong string. It's probably hemp. You know, they kind of like tighten into each other, but it kind of telescopes out to a 10-foot pole.
Fucking awesome. This is brilliant. This is great. You should patent and market this product.
I've sold a few of these in the past.
Absolutely love it.
I'm into it. You're really smart, huh?
I know my way around a hammer.
Smart and strong.
You're very keen.
I always appreciate both of those qualities.
If you're looking in D&D Beyond for the 10-foot pole, it's under pole, parentheses, 10 foot.
Jesus.
As
I
far
love
as like
that.
stats are concerned, it is all of the stats of a regular 10-foot pole. It just has the ability to be broken down into something more manageable.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm. Otherwise, we're carrying a pole.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Already
10-foot
got a
pole. You
crowbar
like
in my
walk with it. Like,
backpack.
it's not that big of a deal, Karen.
A 10-foot pole would be hard to walk. That is unwieldy, but this breaks
Yeah, it's
down.
like a shepherd's crook.
Yeah.
It's only 4 foot higher than my head.
But this
We could put a
this
blanket on
breaks
it and
down.
make it a battle standard.
I love it, and it breaks down.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So shall we load
Do
the
we need anything
box on the
else?
cart?
Do we need anything else? Can we get a couple of, like, I don't know. I know you're a metal worker and everything. Can I get a couple of leather pouches? You got little bags?
Does anybody have flint or anything for the trail? If we're gonna be
Where's
do.
in this cart?
She's like,
Anything to make
I've
a
got
fire?
pouches in the main shop. Follow me.
I have a tinderbox.
Yeah, I got a $10.
She
Too.
walks you next door into the main barn building, which is much more like a general goods and wares. You could see there's some farming supplies in there. She's got feed. She's got some pouches and some other tools and stuff like that that you don't see out in the smithy shop.
Any bread bowls?
Small leather pouches is not a problem. Any what?
Yeah, I will take at least 3.
Okay. Yeah, I mean she's tossing them in at this point. You've given her 2 gold at this point. Like, she's good.
All right. I want definitely 50 feet of rope.
Yeah, that's not a
And-
problem.
3 leather pouches.
Yep. The pouches are about the size of like a Crown Royal bag.
Yeah. No, that's perfect.
Yep.
Are they different colors too? Like the different flavors?
They could
'Cause
be
that
if
would
you
be
want
great.
them to. You could flavor
Excellent.
them as you wish. She's got, I mean, immediately it's a lot of natural colors, you know, browns and greens, beiges, but she's got 1 or 2 blues and reds. You know, she's not exactly known for her dye work, but she's figured out a thing or two through the years.
And you're autistic too.
You're trying to butter me up.
Any oil? Like lamp oil?
Yeah. Yes.
Sorry, that just made me think of last
Butter
campaign.
me up with oil?
Hey.
Yes, yeah,
Oil.
yeah. So again, on the general goods side, like hooded lanterns, bullseye lanterns, oil, all that stuff is over there.
Exactly how much lamp oil is there?
Oh God.
Can I buy
Not
all of
again.
it?
Not enough to set an asteroid floating in space on fire, but enough to power a couple of lanterns for a couple of days.
I know a couple of gifts that got a lot of lamp oil.
I'll definitely buy
Not
some lamp,
anymore.
a flask of oil. Does
Okay.
anybody have a lantern?
I have a torch.
I mean, if
I have
anybody-
I have a hooded lantern.
I was gonna say, if anybody took the standard adventurer's kit, I think it comes with a hooded lantern. So
I don't know what I grabbed. I think I might have grabbed the.
No, the Adventures kit doesn't have that because I would have it if it did.
Oh.
But it has a
Which
torch
means
and
I
a tin.
grabbed the one that was specific.
one of
Tinderbox.
one of the kits comes with a lantern.
Whatever I grabbed.
Okay, well, if you have a lantern,
Whatever
you
I
have a
did
lantern,
not
yeah.
grab.
Yeah,
All
I've
right.
got ball bearings, a crowbar, a lantern,
How
some
many
rope.
ball
and
bearings?
you could add in a flask of
1,000.
you can add in a flask of oil as well.
Do you have any
Oh, we can have
marbles?
another. I've already got one, but I'll take another.
She looks at you and she's like, I don't do glasswork, but ball bearings.
Get a bag of ball bearings. 50 of them.
I've got 1,000. What do you need 50 for?
Yeah, no, she got 1,000.
Oh,
All right.
well, then.
I'm gonna be. I just want to put it out there right now that I want a big fucking bag of marbles by the time this game is ended. So I'm gonna be consistently looking for that.
Fair enough. She's just not the one.
All right.
For
All right.
marbles, you have to find a glass.
Yeah,
a
no,
glass
I know.
flower or something like that.
I know. And I kind of actually I want to find it later in the game anyway when I have more money. Cuz I got a plan.
Because reasons.
Uh-huh. All right. I mean, I'm good. I'm comfortable in myself and my equipment that I can be of use to this party no matter what we do.
I don't actually have much belongings because of my position.
I'm just picturing that scene. in
What
Hook.
should I be picking up?
The box.
Well, I mean, you have the cart. Don't forget. So.
Yeah, we'll take the cart for sure.
But like, side note, does the cart have a horse?
No, this is not. This is not a horse-drawn cart.
It's like a
This is
okay.
like a, like a push cart.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
like bring out your dead cart.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay. We can bring out our dead.
I'm not dead yet.
yeah, okay.
You're mostly dead. Shut up.
We got an undead here.
Me too.
We got a
You'll
zombie.
be dead soon.
I'm mostly dead.
Me too. That was great.
He's only mostly dead. So.
I feel happy.
All right, so you've got the cart, the box, you've got the rope, the lantern, you've got the collapsible pole, the flask of oil. I think that was it, right? You didn't buy the ball, you didn't have the ball bearings because you already had ball bearings. You've got your leather pouches.
Yeah, I want definitely 3 leather pouches.
Yep.
I've already I got pouches, oil, and a 10-foot pole.
Yeah, for the 2 gold that you have now forked over between the 2 things, pretty much anything you need has been covered at this point.
What about like just like kits, a backpack or something?
Did you not have that when you started?
No, I don't have much belongings because
Yeah.
Demadouche.
Yeah,
that
I mean,
fuckhead.
you could get.
I do, however, have some money
Maybe get a
squirreled
climber's
away.
kit.
Yeah, you could get like a larger style like rucksack, with like a fold down top. She's kind of got it's it's made of canvas. It's probably recycled sail, to be honest with you, with a rope clasp. It's got a shoulder strap so you can distribute the weight if you want to carry it that way. It'll hold a good amount of stuff.
Yeah, I'll probably pick one of those up. I'm not looking for something amazing right now.
Do you have anything special?
She's like, define special.
I don't know. What would you consider special? You're the one that makes all this stuff.
I mean, she's pretty special herself.
I'm.
She's like, I mean, honestly, I make most of the stuff on the other side. Everything else in here is, that's bartered in trade. But I mean, it's mostly what you got, what you see. I can make you something if you're looking for some other metalware, but.
After she says that, I'm not gonna say anything, but I'm gonna cast Detect Magic and just see if I get any pings around.
Okay. Your Detect Magic does not pick up anything unique in her shop.
Okay.
The only hit that you're getting is anything that any of you have on you, and you're getting a hit from the mushrooms out back.
Right. Okay. Okay.
And presumably the one in the metal box.
I mean, all right.
She's not an enchanter. She's not.
Yep.
She doesn't deal in magical goods. It really.
No,
is
I just
more-
figured barter and trade if something came in
Yeah.
and she didn't know about it either. Might
I gotcha.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
something hanging on the wall that she doesn't even know about.
Yep. I mean, I'm good. Here's everybody else.
I'm ready.
Yeah,
So now-
got any long leaf?
She's like, she kind of looks around. She's like, not that I sell any regularly, but I could give you a little of my personal stash, maybe.
Great.
She goes back towards her shop, and you see her like pull out this nice a little bit more intricately made metal box, with a clasp on it. She pops a little lock off of it, opens it up, and she's got what looks like small little satchels of long leaf, like sectioned off, wrapped in like a fine cheesecloth, each section.
Pre-weighed? You're
yeah.
a dealer.
And she's
Yeah,
like,
full of
she's
flavor.
like, here, but the Norda asks, you didn't get it here.
I don't know where this came from.
Yeah, what? Where? I don't. Yeah, no idea.
Next time there's a charge, but this time you can enjoy it.
I like you.
I
I like
appreciate
it
a good
too.
transaction.
Sorry?
I said I appreciate a good transaction.
Great.
Same.
She tucks it all away, locks it back up, puts it back on a shelf, moves a bunch of shit in front of it.
So,
That way
We
you
got-
get going.
we're going to Oldfield now with the thing
I mean, maybe tomorrow morning.
tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so
All right.
I was gonna say you are rapidly approaching like the later end of the dinner hour at this point. So you have two choices. You can get on the road and go to Allfield, but you've got about a 2.5-3 day trek to go there. You have your room still at the Nestled Nook because that's still covered
Oh yeah.
through
Yeah, I mean-
Norda.
Free room. Let's go get dinner.
And as we leave, I'm gonna be like, Hopper, just so you know, we're staying the night in town, so I'll be at the Nestle Nook if you're around.
Place is a little too fancy for me, but maybe I'll swing by.
Yeah, it's on
I'll
me.
be there.
Drinks on us. Yeah.
Well,
I
I'll
will
be
be
there.
until
if that's
tonight.
part of the deal, you'll see me when I close up shop.
All right.
Bye.
I'm gonna give a wink. I'm
you
gonna
see her. You
leave.
see her. She walks over to the front of like the general goods part of the barn and just turns the open side over to closed.
No.
Yeah.
Turn that corner real quick.
Free drinks.
I'm
I
gonna-
mean, come on.
I'm gonna have like 5 prospects at the end of this night. I promise you.
She's like, I'll see you guys soon, I guess. All right.
Perfect.
Look forward to it.
And she goes back to the smithing side, and you see, she's starting to put tools away, secure things. She's shoveling the furnace enough to not fully put it out, but at least let it die down a bit, take away some of the immediate heat. Get it down to just a couple of embers that'll keep hot, easy to light up again in the morning. As you gather up your now cart filled with stuff. And I assume make your way back towards the Nestle Nook.
Yeah.
That's where I want to go.
Yeah. I would like to stop by a tobacco shop. I
Okay.
need like
Get some rolling
Paper.
papers.
I need some papers or a pipe.
Yeah.
We're both on the exact
So,
same page.
On the way from the smith shop back towards the Nestled Nook, there is another shop called the Burnished Bibelots. And it's a bookshop and paper shop, right? It sells all sorts of parchment and vellum, books, old and new, stuff like that, quills, inks, but anything that deals with paper product. is
Yeah,
what
I
you
think
would find there.
vellum paper should work just fine.
Yeah. You know, they've got a decent selection of stuff inside the shop, but getting something like that, it's probably gonna run you 7 silver or so for like a decent amount of like good quality for here.
High quality paper and ink.
You know,
I don't
paper.
need high quality paper.
I know.
And I'm actually more half tempted to like skip on this instead and like just find a nice piece of soft wood and work it myself. And like I can make a hole in a hole to make it functional and then just like shape it later.
Yeah, I mean,
You could use a mushroom.
I mean,
I tried that once. It definitely changed things, but I don't think these are the mushrooms that we want to use to do that.
Yeah, no. Let's no.
I mean, if you're looking for some sort of pipe, they'll have pipes there as well, probably.
Let's just get a pipe.
But again, that's if you want to buy something. If what you want is a piece of scrap wood, I mean, that's a dime a dozen. You can literally find it on the side.
Yeah, I think I'll just like pick up a nice piece of dried soft wood and work it myself. I got some oil now.
Yeah.
I can get a good, oil finish in there, and it'll be really rough, but I'm gonna work at this for a while.
Easy enough.
Still, you're talented.
It's a little bit of a lot of things.
Yeah,
Jack
I
of all
feel it.
trades, master.
Master of none. Yep, right there.
So for going there, heading directly to the nestled nook, you push your cart up outside of the nook. Where do you plan on storing your cart?
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm gonna go talk. Is Belle there?
I mean, you can peer inside and see if she's in there.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm
Yeah.
gonna be like, or anybody else I know that can maybe like give us some space for it.
Well, it's just a little.
I'm friends with the
cart.
postmaster across the street.
So Belle is there. Belle is there inside. Need you, as far as the postmaster is concerned, you know that they have some hitching posts out front. They have some hitching posts out front. There is a small stable that's attached to it. You don't know if it's available for public use, but you do know it's there. Although
I realize you invited your girlfriend to your other girlfriend's job.
Yeah, although it's probably not open at this point in time.
I know.
You're getting in serious trouble.
I can handle it. I promise.
Look, if you can bring that into a whole group thing, power to you.
Oh, I'm getting my own room tonight, no matter what happens. Like I've already planned this out.
So,
Anyways.
so you're outside of the nestled nook. You've got your cart. Post office had some hitching posts, but they're not open right now.
Right. Okay.
Belle is inside. You see her serving tables and.
I'm gonna go talk to Belle because maybe we can get some space that's paid for. So
I could just stand next to it all night. I don't really need to sleep either.
That doesn't sound like a good
now,
time.
I'm gonna need you very close by so that we
I'm
can
gonna stand somewhere tonight anyway. So.
I know. I would prefer you stand where I can see you and just observe.
That is something after what you were saying.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go talk to Belle.
Squally wants an audience.
As you walk inside, just get an apple. As you walk inside the nestled nook, Belle immediately catches. Belle sees you as you're coming in, and she shouts over. She's, "Good to see you, love. Friends are here. Neva said you guys might be leaving. One last meal before you go."
I think we're staying one more night.
Wonderful.
I think we are. Yeah. I do have a question. By the way.
One moment. And she finishes like serving up over at a table and she comes over to you.
I mean, by the way, there's something about you tonight. You just look fucking beautiful.
You see her cheeks get real flush. She's, she kind of looks down at the ground and she's like, "Thank you. You look
You're
pretty
welcome.
good yourself. Looks like you've had
Thank you.
an exciting day.
It has definitely been an exciting day. I got a crossbow.
I'm glad you're choosing to finish it off here, though. So,
Oh, for sure.
what's your question?
I just have 2 questions. Do you have a place where we can store a cart?
I think I can make that happen.
All right, awesome. And I think I'm going to get my own room separate from everybody else tonight.
Oh, I don't know if that's going to be covered by the town, but we'll see if
That's
we can
fine.
swing it.
Yeah, even if it's not, that's what I want.
All right, give me a few moments.
All right.
In the
Thanks.
meantime, you can bring the cart out back if you want. You'll see
Okay.
we've got some of our other carts and stuff there. Just I'll make sure I let everybody know that it's yours, and we'll sign it. You're not the only one. There's a couple of other guests that keep stuff back there typically.
All
Your
right.
friend's upstairs in his room, I think, actually too. So he hasn't come down to dinner yet tonight, but
Perfect.
drop it off,
Thank you.
grab a table, and we'll get you some food.
Thank you so much.
Oh, anything for you.
All right.
And she
And I'm
goes
going to
back
go.
inside and immediately just goes back to like doing her thing.
I'm going to go just said translate. Give everybody that information. I don't think we should store the box in the cart though. I think that should come
Keep that with
upstairs.
us.
Yeah.
Since I
So-
got here, since we got back here, Syl is just like knife working this piece of wood.
Okay. So, once inside, it's a little bit busier tonight than it has been recently. But it's still easy enough to find a table, pull up a spot, grab some chairs, and have your own spot if that's what you want to do. Who's taking the cart out back?
I will.
Sell, you're going? Anybody?
Yeah,
got anything?
as soon as I manufacture a hole through this piece of wood, I would like to take a walk with the cart.
Oh no.
Okay. So Syl walks back there with the cart, comes back in. He's sitting there. Belle starts to bring over food. She doesn't even take your order at this point. She's just bringing over stuff from the menu. Drinks are on the table. Food is on the table.
I would park the cart, make sure it's secure
Yeah.
and safe, and do everything proper. And then I would smoke myself silly.
Yeah. So you guys notice that Syl does not immediately come back from dropping off the cart. But the rest of you have a full spread of food around you. Again,
No orc ale.
Yeah, Belle is serving you guys. Yorda is back at the bar doing her thing. There's people coming and going all night long. There you go. There's people coming going all night
Yeah,
long.
dog.
Nice.
What would you guys like to do?
I'm
I
just
come
going to
back
be
in,
like,
I see food, and I'm like, oh, thank God.
I'm just gonna sit at the table, like with the group.
Okay.
I'm leaning back and I'm just like, this is fucking great.
I'll be
I'm
like
just-
just kicked back, just idly plucking away, playing some music for the background.
Every once in a while you're playing music for the background, I'm just gonna do a few little sparks with the prestidigitation around you.
I'm gonna casually tap you on the leg and cast guidance and be like, play better.
Well,
so, have you come back in
that's
and joined
mean.
That yeah, I
Yeah,
smoke,
he's
Okay.
I'm smoked out from that long leaf
Okay.
and coming back with the munchies.
yeah,
to
he
pair up
blitzed
with the
himself.
food.
Yeah. So
And I'll take an intelligence hit if you want me to.
yeah, I would like
however
you.
you work that.
I would like you to make. Actually, I want you to give me a Constitution, saving throw, please.
Oh sure. How about a 17?
Yeah. So, I mean, you feel the effects, right? It's that warm kind of, it's that warm fuzzy feeling that starts at the top of your head, works its way back down to your toes, and then back up your body. Your vision is kind of tunneling in and out, but you're feeling real good.
I figure Sill's been here before, so
Yeah, I mean, you've got a good tolerance, so it's not knocking you on your ass. It's not making you unintelligible, but you're feeling all the good feelings throughout all as you're kind of strumming away at it. Thorn eventually pops his way into the nook and immediately makes a beeline to the table. Hey.
I just completely ignore him.
I said, hey.
Wait, who came in?
Thorn. The other
Oh. Yeah.
I'm just.
I
Sorry, who
offer
are
you
you?
a vegetable
I'm gonna be
to
like-
eat while we watch.
We're like, hi. How are you doing?
I just wanted to thank you for being such a fuck up that maybe my old position is reopened back up. So, you keep doing you.
Sounds like we both got what we wanted.
Yeah, and you're also gonna always have to know that you are the second choice. It's kind of
Yeah.
At
You
the
get
end
to.
of the day, I was the last choice, and that's all that matters to me. I'll
You
be
get
making
to-
a good point.
that's pathetic.
I'm just glad that you get to fill my shoes.
Well,
Those are some big shoes, man.
Yeah, and they are leaving this town.
do me a
Well,
favor.
that's good.
Don't come back.
Oh, now we gotta.
Oh, why would I want to if you're the musician here?
And he kind of just looks at you and makes his way towards the small little stage
No,
that's set up in the nook.
Before he leaves, I'm gonna be like, you understand, like, you didn't actually win anything. You are like the consolation prize, right?
He only got rid of me because he was burdened with him.
Nah. But hey, you keep thinking that. If it makes you feel better, you can be the sloppy seconds and we'll all just be over here.
He just puts one hand on the table, leans in, and he's like, I'm going to go, play a little bit for some actual money rather than just because someone told me I had to. You guys have a good meal. And walks back towards the stage, sets up, begins to just set a strum out a little bit. And, it's a mellow night. It's kind of like background music kind of night, but he's doing his thing.
Watch this. And whatever he's playing, I'm gonna play, but like more complicated and better.
Make a performance check for me, please.
With the sparks, just
With the
guidance.
Okay, so you said do what?
Make a performance check for me, and you have a D4 for guidance from Sil.
Okay, performance.
and
Nat 20 plus 9.
Oh shit!
Thorn is
Play
up on the stage,
Perfect timing.
strumming away, and as you begin to
Sorry, nat 20 plus 6, but
yeah, as you begin to overcome what he's playing, you just hear the ding, 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 as all of the strings on his lute break, like systematically, one at a time. And as the notes are just this jumbled mess that just dies dramatically as the chords snap, people start coming over to the table and tossing coins at you.
I'm going to use my prestidigitation to even do a little harmony underneath of it because it can do light musical notes.
Okay.
So, yeah.
One person in particular comes over and they're like, I don't know if this is part of the show, but it's great. Best thing we've seen all week.
I'm just doing it for the fun right now.
And you immediately see like Thorn's face turns this like uncomfortable color of like burning red as he just grabs his instrument and storms off the stage.
In his head, I'm going to say, cry about it.
You see,
And
like,
I'm just gonna,
shoot
like,
a
I'm
glance
just-
back at you.
I'm
Sorry.
just gonna go see you later, best instrument in or best musician in town.
Alt.
He just shoots both of you like this burning look and just walks out, slamming the door as he goes.
Those sparks were a wonderful touch.
Cynthia,
Definitely is.
sorry, Belle comes over with a bunch of the food and she's like, well, that just made tonight fantastic. Thank you for that.
Nah, tonight was made fantastic by you.
Aw, aren't you all just so sweet?
Tonight can be made even more fantastic by you by bringing us another round of drinks.
What he
That
said.
I can do.
And there's some other things. What?
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 You see
Sorry,
that
I thought you said
she,
something.
She looks back at you, gives you a wink, Scully, and then walks off to go get the other drinks.
I'm guys. I'm honestly thinking that she's just being a good fucking server and flirting. I just want us all to know this.
Yeah, you're definitely not getting laid.
No, well, I mean, not
Well, you
there.
might be from the blacksmith, but
Yeah.
not here. This is all tip fishing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I know.
Just the tip.
As one, I know.
So, as you continue to play from your table, people occasionally are coming by, paying you compliments, tossing you a little bit of coin here and there. I would say all in all, over the course of the night, you probably make about 6 gold
Nice.
in coin.
Pays for the cart.
Yeah.
And you've got an unending supply of food and booze. At one point in time, you see Harper come in, and she's wearing, like, you could tell that she's still wearing her blacksmith's clothes, but she has taken the time to, like, wash the soot off of her face, and, like, at least, like, her hands are clean. She's at least, like, brushed the front of her clothing off. Like, by no stretch of the imagination is it clean, but she's doing her best to be presentable.
I would
Oh,
immediately
man.
stand up and then stick my hand in the air and just kind of yell hi as loud as I feel I need to from wherever I am.
As
to my
loud
door.
as I feel.
You know, like I don't want
need
to scream it if I'm right next
Yeah.
to the door, but if we're like 10 tables away, I would be like, hi, like noticeably louder.
And she looks
Everyone
over
just
at you and
looks.
she's just like, hey.
And then I would just sit back down. That's it. Like
I gotta go get some food. And she walks
I
over
know,
back
it
towards
comes-
the
it
bar.
comes.
We have
got
food. We have
Come.
food.
Just come.
You're welcome to sit here
Yeah.
completely.
Join.
And I'm gonna be like, you clean up real nice, huh?
Oh man, I just so happened to start playing a love song at this exact moment.
She's like,
Guidance.
Hey,
I don't
who
have,
said love?
I
Who
don't
said
have to
anything
clean
about
up
love?
often,
Guidance. Everybody gets
Nah,
some
just
guidance.
like
Happy Sills just get guidancing everybody.
Yeah. She's like, I don't have to get cleaned up often.
you get a
but
guidance. You get
know,
a guidance.
Good meal, decent people. Looks at you, Sil. Future client. Can't hurt, right? This looks delicious.
Right.
And she just, like, leans in and just grabs a hock of meat. And she's just like,
Have whatever you want,
going
anything
for it.
you want.
I'm gonna eat a tomato
Yeah.
in a really awkward way.
we have a joke in my family about the eating of the tomato by
Thorne.
Delathorn. Yeah. So I'm just saying. Yeah. Just saying.
As the night
Hold on.
goes on, at one point in time, Neva comes down, but not to join you, just to kind of check in, and looks over at you, and he's like, "So, I didn't exactly expect to see you. I thought you guys had left already, and I was going to catch up. But hey, glad you're here. Maybe we could leave in the morning. We should probably leave in the morning."
I mean,
Yeah,
I know.
You.
We
What
can
did
leave
you
in the-
do?
I know you have a general like sense of like nervousness, but this is like an amplified nervousness. Like, are you okay?
I mean,
Your mic's not picking that up.
So,
Oh, yeah,
uh,
I can't hear it.
so, you could definitely replant the mushrooms, if you're careful enough.
What did you do?
Did you make more
Uh,
mushrooms?
I don't think it's safe to go back to my room tonight. So I'm gonna stay yeah, someplace else maybe until the
Wait,
morning.
did they propagate?
Yes.
How
did you hang on?
badly?
Wait. Did they propagate because some spores got out and then got in the dirt?
Well, I had two, and they were on my table, and I was looking at them, and I came downstairs to get some food, and when I went back upstairs, there were the whole table was covered in them. So, I just don't think I should go back in there.
Somebody open our box.
We have a
you know?
mushroom in a box.
No, do not open the box.
Open the box.
No. No.
Neva can open the box.
Oddly
Neva likes
enough,
to
I'm coming down on the vote side of opening the box. Who knew?
I just want y'all to know my child said open the box too.
Neva looks at
But it's
all.
full. It
Neva
can't
looks
grow
at
more.
all of you, and it's just like, what's in the box?
Wait.
Oh, no.
We should wait until we're outside to open the box because they're magic mushrooms. And what if
Wait.
there's so many mushrooms inside
Yeah,
that they all
and
just start popping out?
that red one was definitely setting shit on fire.
Can we go outside if we're gonna open it? Because we said we were gonna bring it inside. So can we just bring it outside if we're gonna open it?
Probably in the middle of the street so it's not too close to buildings.
Maybe
Yeah.
it'll be like a firework. Let's check this out.
No,
Sure.
that's bad.
Sure.
Wait, why is that bad?
We don't want
Fireworks are cool.
fireworks.
Because
Yeah, they're
the
cool,
houses
but-
around here are made of wood.
I want to look at the blacksmith and ask her if she's having a good time while everybody's arguing at the table.
She looks
Just a
at
side
you.
From your
conversation.
office?
She looks at you, Iju, and
Hello.
she's like, I'll be honest with you, I have no idea what's going on.
I'll be honest with you, I don't either.
And you know what?
Totally gonna snipe your girl.
If he can, man, I'm there for it. If you can do that, I am not gonna stop you.
I think
Belle-
she'd need more pipe
Belle
weed.
comes over to the table and she's like, I just would really appreciate it if you didn't burn down the place that I worked. I couldn't help but overhear part of that conversation, so
I mean,
We're not gonna burn
That's
the
why I said to bring it outside.
you heard me. I'm on your side.
Yeah, I think we're pretty much all on the don't burn things down side of things.
We could go open it on a boat. In the lake.
That sounds like a horrible idea.
That
Well, if you can't swim, then it's a horrible idea.
oh,
So
And
what happens when the mushroom gets in the lake?
I'm gonna lean into Harper at this point, and I'm just gonna be like,
I don't have actual feet. I have hooves for feet. You
I
think
don't know what's
can
happening
swim?
right now.
Why don't we just
I
wait till
just-
we get to Allfield to open the box?
Shouldn't you know what's happening? These are
I mean,
your
I kind of
people.
know what's happening, but I think they're all gonna do something with
I
it, whether or
don't
not
think-
I think it's a good idea or not. So I just rather talk to you.
I'm gonna stay where the food is.
Yeah.
You want to come
that's
to
right.
Allfield with us?
Are you asking Harper?
Yeah.
She's like, no, I kind of got a business here.
We have a cart you can ride on.
That's my.
we have to push that cart. I don't think
That's my
riding
car.
on it's good.
She
I think
she
it-
looks at you, Sil. She looks at you, Sil, and she's like, "Do you mind if I just? It's like one puff. Just I think
Yeah,
I
let's
need-
step outside.
Yeah, I think I need this to.
yeah.
I'm gonna turn to Squally if they step outside and say, "I'm sorry, I'm ruining your night."
As we're stepping outside,
I would be
as we're
like,
stepping
"You are
outside, I
not-"
want to go ahead.
I would be like, you're not ruining my night, man. Like, you keep doing you. This is fantastic.
As
I
we're,
am
stepping
just-
out, as we're stepping outside, I want to lean over to Harper and go, I have no idea what's going on.
Everybody keeps telling her that.
I love how
Harper
literally
looks at you.
everyone is telling her that they have no idea.
Harper looks
what's
at you with this
happening.
like sense of fear and confusion, and she's like, "That's really unsettling. That none of you know what's going on."
I'm gonna hang back because I just saw her go out with Sil, and I'm gonna be, and this is my bell time.
Belle
So-
Belle puts a hand on your shoulder, Squally, and she's like, "Just do me a favor. Just come back in one piece, please."
Only because you asked so nice.
All right, I'll be here.
Yeah. Eh.
Do you
I
have any
promise I will too.
cupcakes?
All right. So the lot of you, are you all going outside now? Who's
Oh, I'm
going
gonna
outside?
No,
wait
I'm
outside.
staying inside at the table.
I mean, I was gonna flirt with Belle some, but now that she
Okay.
said that, I'm like, okay, well, I guess I gotta go because it's awkward if I just stay here
Okay.
and I don't like
go
put
out.
myself in danger. So I gotta go
So
outside now.
who is going outside?
Me.
Sill's going outside. Horkern's going outside. Throttle, where are you going?
I'm continuing to
where's
play
the box?
music
You're staying in
and
here. Okay.
questioning the life
The
choices
box
that
is
led
on
me
the
to this
cart around
location.
back.
No,
it's
you
still
guys took the
outside.
box. You guys took the box in with you, right?
We took it in,
The
but then
box
I
is
said,
inside. We're going to the cart around back.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
I'm
Neva-
gonna take the box.
Neva is going with you as well.
I
I
want to
thought-
take the box.
I thought we
in
were
the
taking the box
counter.
outside.
We're taking the box outside.
You're taking the
don't
box.
I
fucking
want to
outside.
grab the box.
All right.
Oh,
so
sweet
listen,
God.
we are pressing up on 10:20, so or almost 10:30.
Yeah.
So for those of you who are going outside, you make your way outside with the box. Where are you going to try to open it up?
Middle of the road.
I would strongly suggest not opening that box, and I'll take a rip of the pipe and I'll pass it to.
flirt with everybody.
But
I'm
you
not trying to
just
be
said
Oh.
you wanted to open the box.
If the
you
box is
said
going
you-
outside, I'm going outside.
Okay.
You said it was a good idea.
I said it might be interesting.
Neva just chimes in and he's like, "Are we opening the box? Or are we not opening the box? Like, I'm really confused."
Hey,
Why
Neva,
don't
go
you
open
wait
the
till
box.
Allfield and let the magic people open it?
I think that's probably a worse idea because that sounds like taking a bomb into school.
Okay.
Wait,
So
Neva, can you swim?
yes.
We should definitely open the box on the lake. And by we, I mean Neva.
They're fucking ridiculous.
That's not a good idea.
But he can swim.
Hey, old man.
As a lot of you that are standing outside try to decide whether or not you're going to open the box, not open the box,
Such a good boy.
where you're going to open the box. For those of you who are inside, you are continuing to be served with food and beverage, and we're going to cut it here. We're going to take a break so you guys can recap. And
yeah,
think
all I
about
was gonna
what you
say is
want to
now that
do.
I see that everybody's fighting about this, I'm going back inside so I can flirt more.
Okay, so Scully, you leave them to continue their argument outside. As you're coming in, Harper like waves at you from the table, and Belle's like, "It's good to see you. It's just good to see you still in one piece."
Hey, man, they weren't doing much of anything out there, so hopefully they'll all stay in one piece. Belle, did you know Harper? Did you guys know each other?
Hey, Harper's with me.
Yeah, well, okay.
Oh, I thought
so
Harper
sorry.
stayed inside. Harper went outside.
No, they went to
Harper-
smoke.
I thought Harper came to get high with me.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. My apologies.
There's too many characters.
Yeah, I
mean,
thought you went outside with the box. I thought Harper had smoked with you inside. So that's
And
why
we
I
are
was-
chaotic.
Smoking was illegal. I thought we had to hide this stuff.
Yeah,
We
but
had to keep it-
you were like smoking it. Oh, that's right. You were smoking out back. My bad.
I smoked with the cart.
Yeah. I got you. Okay, so you went with Harper. Sorry, you went with Harper.
I stayed inside.
You stayed inside. Horkrin, Squally, Neva went outside.
I will
Squally has
definitely
now come back
offer
inside.
also Neva and Horkrin the pipe if they want to smoke too.
Okay.
A
I
child
also saw that
smoking
nothing
pipe.
was happening, and so I went back inside.
All right. So that's where we're gonna take a break. So those of you who
Maybe
are
it'll chill you
outside
out.
are still outside figuring out what to do. Those of you who are inside are still at the table. Squally, you've returned to the table. Belle is happy to see you come back inside in one piece. And we're gonna cut it here and we'll pick back up next week in this moment. So you guys can think about how you want to proceed from this point, from this chaotic point in time.
So we played 3 hours to make it 26 minutes in game time.
We went
Argue
from
over whether or not
midday
we
to-
open a box.
No, we went from
We're
midday
the
to
worst.
dinner time.
We
We
trauma.
Real time.
We just spent
See-
2.5 hours
don't forget, you
traumatizing
made some-
children
you
in a
made some
blacksmith.
children cry.
Getting high.
Like, there was
Hey.
there was a lot that happened.
I've been laying a lot of groundwork this whole
Yep,
episode.
trying to lay pipe, laid a lot of groundwork. We got you. All right. So
Hey.
for those of you, thank you so much for joining us. For those of you who check this out on YouTube, it'll be back. It should be on YouTube by Wednesday. As of right now, our plan is to be here next week, and that will be the last session before or for the end of 2023. So thank you for all of you who hung out with us tonight. We will see you again soon. Don't forget, try not to be an asshole. Know that we love you. Don't forget to call your moms. And we'll see you again soon.
Bye.
Peace out.
Bye.